Well, I hope everyone is ready for a week that may in fact become very spicy very quickly. We may have some very quick movements in the market one way or the other. This is a big setup, guys. Now, there are some important things that people need to be paying attention to this week, and this article has specifically identified 3 key metrics that people need to watch. I will say that some of these I agree with, some of these I do not, but there are some other things outside of here I am watching as well. So firstly, what it mentioned is that the burn rate is down very, very heavily. This mentioned down 74.5%. This is a moving metric. Now it shows up 11,000%, but I don't talk about the burn a bunch anymore because it's small numbers, right? If we get a huge amount of burns, awesome. But right now, what people need to understand is that these burns are basically just people sending Shiba Inu to the burn wallet themselves. There's not a whole lot going on here. And really, frankly, when there's not much movement in price, when there's not much excitement in the market, that's when these things kind of tend to flatten, when they kind of temper off a little bit, right? And right now, for example, over the last 24 hours, only 1.3 million Shiba Inu burn, not that much at all. Even yesterday, take a look at only 11,000 Shiba Inu burned. So there's not just a lot going on right here because the sentiment isn't conducive for these things. That's one of your best gauges of sentiment, okay? Now, what we're also seeing is a flat line on shibarium transactions. That frankly does not matter that much. There hasn't been a whole lot going on there anyways. Right now, there's not much taking place within the SHIB ecosystem. Obviously, there's this big disconnect right now, so I won't get too much into that. I do not think that is a good metric at all to watch. But what we're also seeing is Shiba Inu whales have also appeared to be shielding their swords, as data from Into the Block shows that this metric is actually down 41% overnight. So right now, we're kind of in this period where everybody is waiting again. And that makes sense. This week, we have some big things taking place. We have the CPI report. We have the FOMC meeting, like we talked about, happening on the exact same date on Wednesday. And we may get a little bit of flatness before we get into that report. Okay. That's what people need to understand. Now, when I look at the Shiba Inu charts, things are again looking good. We're sitting on top of that 100-day moving average. It's providing great support for Shiba Inu. Hopefully this holds. There's I think 2 possible ways that this may in fact play out. If we don't hold support, if we get some drawback in the market, it's possible we could end up coming down to this 4021, 4020, somewhere in there, right? That's 100% possible. Now, what would be interesting about this is if we do get some sort of positive sentiment, if we get a nice cooler CPI report, it's totally possible that Shiba Inu comes up, tries to break through these levels, comes back up to our break box before correcting down, and then maybe come back down to actually creating the probably first ever back-to-back head and shoulders into an inverse head and shoulders I've ever seen. I've been investing for over 20 years. I've never seen this actually happen, but this may in fact be where SHIB turns around and tries to break out. Now, this is obviously not a guarantee. This is not financial advice. We have to wait for the data, guys. We're at a time where we're kind of just stuck waiting. Unless we get some major short liquidations to the upside, unless institutional money comes out this week and buys in a huge way on the same path that they were last week, I think it's more likely that we're going to just kind of stay a little bit sideways. And that's okay. We don't need to get it all at once, but we just need further strength in the market. That's kind of the big thing. All right. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. These are some important things to watch. Oh, I did want to say that the RSI is in fact dropping. It's giving us a little bit of room to run down here. All right. So it would be harder to get to this overbought range. You guys can see, for example, last time Shiba Inu on the daily was overbought was all the way back here at the beginning of March. So this is normal, healthy structure, guys. Things are looking good. I'm excited. Hopefully we do get some of that positive sentiment this week, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Make sure you guys comment in the description below, but appreciate it as always. Make sure you drop a like, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell so you guys can stay notified anytime we have new content going live. So have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.